This man thought his tough attitude would guarantee a successful heist. Not quite. Just when the store owner needed to try out their baseball bat. The police will teach him how to behave like a gentleman.
Down. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass
Karen could pick a fight with anyone, anywhere.
down. Come at me, Steve. Go.
The cameraman warned her multiple times, but she kept going.
Sit down. Sit down. I'm not even bothering you.
It was time to cool down.
Don't come up on me. I told you not to come up on me. I told you don't come up on me. The prank was meant for Mom, but she ended up taking the full hit. Even a small, out-of-place touch can lead to big trouble. Despite folks warning him, he didn't buy it. But in just a few ticks, the cops were at his door for a little talk.
You're under arrest.
When the customer tossed lemonade at her, the teen decided it was time for some payback.
Sorry, girl. Don't do that shit to me. It's not really a thing.
I know horses can be adorable, but never ignore warning signs like that.
Sliding through, pulling it back
The guest behaved rudely just because his refund request was denied. It's time he learned to respect others. Hey, even the stork understands sign language.
Hey, yo! Grab one of us. I'll beat you the fuck up on this place. So
Karen caused chaos on the flight, again.
oh my God. I dare you.
The only solution was to kick the troublemaker off the plane. I hope everything turns out okay and nothing happens to them. I mean the fish.
Practical joke, it's not funny.
As for this guy, he definitely is in for a serious chat with the police.
Get back. Out of the way. Where are you going? I suggest you go away. Remember. Why don't you?
Nah, watch your mouth.
Idiot.
Good, nick him. You have got you need issues. You've got anger issues. You need someone to help you.
Her accomplice saw the future and decided to let her take responsibility alone. You had a few minutes to shine with the dancer and, of course, you would have to pay the price. A biker pulled off an impromptu performance while waiting at the red light. I bet you found it annoying too. But wait a moment, karma will be there soon.
Stars flat now, isn't it, boy?
Beware of dogs. It doesn't bark, just acts. Punching game? Ha! Too easy, watch me. Sit and spin hoverboard trick ends in an
Get off the jump, Leo! Oh my god!
epic fail. The cat doesn't want to play. And Karma made sure the cat voiced that. What's next? A man seemingly intoxicated. He should be heading home and crashing on his own bed. Oh no, not that mirror. It's worth 600 pounds. Dentists probably love this trend.
I'm talking about it.
The birthday celebration is a must for the young generation. It's truly regrettable that the river had to endure human pranks. The woman proved herself to have an IQ unsuited for crime. She needed to reconsider the size of her trunk. She started the game, but ran off as soon as it began. She earnestly warned, but the sheep didn't understand human language. The best course of action? Run! Dealing with troublemakers on the street is indeed tough. But first, let's figure out who this driver is. Do you still want to claim compensation?
No, I'm fine.
Ouch! You should have known she has an anger problem.
Hey, bro!
Karen's luxury car turned into a stinky trash bin due to her poor awareness. Another tourist ignored the rule about keeping a distance from the animals. If only she realized the hat was just the first warning. Karma struck before security could even step in. Stay clear of the tracks for your safety and your foods. They got a bit too close for comfort, and the goanna ran straight at them. She seems overly excited about the trip. But remember to pay attention to your surroundings when taking photos. With that physique, he was confident he would win. But this little girl would make him reconsider. Come in, I'm waiting. Unable to control his anger, the Polish goalkeeper made a fool of himself on the field.
Give you a couple of scheming.
The cost of repairs and compensation would definitely teach you an expensive lesson. A thief being chased with, what, a frying pan? Maybe he'll return to justice from today. A transaction for used AirPods was taking place. Oh no, it turns out to be a scam. His door was worth more than the scams. The cat received its owner's command to kick the uninvited guest out. But the cockroach had another plan.
Close the door.
The shop owner quickly locked the door when the customer forgot to pay. You need a real stage with a good pole for performances like this. The idea of using a sheep instead of a horse sounds fun, but first, let's see if the sheep agrees. This game is so much fun. Wanna try?
Dude, stop playing games.
Be gentle with the car door.
Oh no! What a loser!
This will be a lesson for us all. Always drive carefully and obey traffic laws.
You don't need to teach me.
Oh, nice. Just act cool. Maybe no one will notice. Stop! I've watched Step Brothers so many times that I can predict what's going to happen next. A meticulous and cunning theft was devised. The villains thought they had pulled it off, but the store owner was even smarter. Oh my goodness! They spent so much money on buying a car, but still haven't learned how to park properly. What the heck? The crane had a dramatic and daring flight right into the lion's den. Wow, impressive. Is the performance still going on? Uh-oh. It's really rude to be so aggressive over just a bottle of water. Now that you've got your water, enjoy it while you're out of the plane. There are no shortcuts to success.
Karen caused a disturbance with the police for no reason at all. Look, she even acted surprised when she got arrested. Hey, you're paid to work, not to cause trouble. Greed always brings more trouble than it's worth. Stay calm, or else.
She just spit on my car now. You can see it leaking down. She's spitting on me. The back of my car into you.
Stop right there in the middle of the road.
Because you almost hit me.
Racing.
You almost hit me.
You want to do this?
Front of your car into mine.
Stop recording me.
The cops.
Stop recording me.
The cops.
Stop recording me.
I'm pressing charges now.
After all of the rude behavior, Karen boldly ran to the police to report. But the cops knew who the troublemaker really was.
Heard it. Now I can't even get to the light. Great!
It's the butterfly effect.
That was a close one.
And that was an even closer one. Lesson learned on the road: don't mess with bikers. The effective trap to catch the trespasser. She didn't pay for the ticket, and then she had to pay in another way. That was honor. The quickest way for them to stop this foolish behavior was... don't be rude to the person who controls the windows in a car wash.
But what did you say? Who needs to get out?
All the illegals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, you're gonna need to collect your belongings and come with me.
In that moment, he realized he was the one who needed to leave the plane. Hey, what are you gonna do? Too bad for you. The people in our neighborhood are very united and extremely hateful towards thieves. Even though he already had a bike, the guy still wanted another one. Here's the result of the grass is always greener syndrome. Chase two girls, lose the one. This scenario was all too familiar for fans of live TV, but this time it was on a different level.
Yeah, could you move? Guys?
A $500 fine and a serious talk with the police was awaiting the man. He tried to break in when no one was home. But the appearance of the doggo startled him and led to a mistake. Hope he had enough money to cover the hospital bill.
Not this, Peppy, love you.
You came in my face. Bye.
No, I keep stepping back. You were in my face like
Bye.
That was effective. He found the formula to dealing with the Karen. The guy's mischief level seems directly proportional to his cowardice. A terrifying prank to promote a horror film. It seemed like this guy would have to run away, but Valak ended up facing the consequences instead.
Ah! Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
He probably forgot about Newton's third law.
I love this shit.
Whoa!
She learned a hard life lesson that day. The way to score in bowling is not by cheating. You're watching behind the scenes of those million heart Instagram photos. Never run a red light, especially when there's a traffic warden on the other side of the road.
See your bag. See your bag. Take it off now.
A man was caught red-handed stealing snacks at a convenience store.
All right, this is necessity, son. So this is.
As he was escorted out, he found out his bike had been stolen.
Give me back my cooking.
The timing was so perfect that I suspect karma orchestrated this situation.
I need a glass of water.
Of course, of course. Yeah, boy.
The thief hastily fled before the former baseball player recreated a home run. So, it's technically not stealing since he never left the store, right? The amount of candy stolen became a burden for the boys themselves. The unruly child needs to be taught a lesson.
Yo, what the?
Yeah, boy.
The clumsy thief meticulously planned the heist, but the hole was too narrow for him. He spent too much time preparing, only to... The sheep wanted to be friends, but the emu said, "Get off me!"
If playing with fire is an art, then this man strives to be the Picasso of it. Impatience never leads to anything good. The driver would be stuck here until the rescue team arrived. And here are the instant moments of regret for the foolish. Think before you act to avoid becoming one of them. Because when you regret, life doesn't have a replay button. If fairies can't fly, swimming is fine, right?
Yo, get out the way. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh,
Get
God.
out of here!
Jesus, what?
How about that? I got that on recording too.
She needs a strong cup of coffee. Was it all just a coincidence, or a warning from above for animal bullies? The robber thought he was lucky to enter an empty restaurant. But luck turned into misfortune when he bumped into a pair of married off-duty cops on a date.
Is this how you catch the eye of a young whippersnapper? Or maybe she's looking for someone to play cat and mouse with. Remember, when you start a prank, there might be retaliation waiting.
Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
Your mother like this?
No, I fucking don't, because she knows how to fucking drive the right thing, and when he comes through, he's fucking.
Nothing quite like embarrassing yourself while already embarrassing yourself.
Oh, that's it. Oh, well.
I hope you got that.
Now she needs a new fishing rod.
Do you know the rules, Lena?
The collision caused the two animals to switch their roles. What could be worse than the whole country knowing that he was turned down? He would regain what had been lost soon, I believe.
Cake delivery of the game. This lucky Jaguar fan has a birthday today, and Jackson is delivering this cake for the special occasion. Congratulations and happy birthday from all of us here at...
The mascot warned her 3 times, but she ignored it. No need for doorbells or police. The stupid thief caught himself sneaking through a narrow door. Karen bought 3 economy tickets just to experience first-class cabin her own way.
Why are you laughing? Can you stop filming me?
Okay. Then instead of laughing, I'll call the flight attendant over here.
Take it all off. Don't touch this, please.
Take it off.
No. Help! Help! No. No. Do not.
You're going to be detained.
You're touching me. He's touching me. He's touching me. Let me out.
Hey, listen, he's doing his job. Don't be an idiot.
You can't do
That's a federal crime. This is fucking area.